Welcome to the first episode of the GOISD EDUnews Podcast. My name is Alan Tulpo, and I'm the Superintendent of the Gogebic-Ontonagon ISD and your host. This podcast will feature news and views about education in the Western Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Our first episode features what schools are like now that we've moved into a post-COVID pandemic stage, and how you can support your local district. Now that the 2022-23 school year is off to a start, we have witnessed the return of many long-held and cherished school traditions, such as homecoming, fall concerts, and open houses. I've had many people say to me, "You must be happy to have everything back to normal in schools." I'm certainly happy to see children and staff smile, and I enjoy being able to visit classrooms where students can work together on projects without having to be socially distanced. However, schools are also facing new challenges as we emerge from the COVID pandemic, like staff shortages, school security concerns, and a lack of mental health staff that has made it difficult to provide that sense of normalcy that they've been working so hard to achieve. These challenges can create difficulties in our schools, and we ask for your patience as a result. Patience is needed for teachers, administrators, and school staff who all care about children and want them to be successful. I'm joined today by Mr. Jason Gustafson, Superintendent of the Wakefield-Marenisco School District, and Mrs. Melissa Nigh, the K-12 principal at Wright School in Ironwood, Michigan. Thank you both for joining me this morning. Mr. Gustafson, as we begin, could you please tell me how the school year has gone so far in your district and the successes you've experienced?
Sure. Thank you for having me as part of your podcast, Mr. Tulpo. This school year has started out very well, and it's hard to believe that quarter one of the school year is already behind us. The biggest successes so far this year are our staffing as well as a return to normal. We were fortunate to have all of our staff members from last year return again this year, so we did not have any teacher vacancies. Having experienced staff in place always makes for a stronger start to a school year. This is the first year since the pandemic that we have had a normal start to our school year. Our focus has been on academics, athletics, and student life, as opposed to COVID and contact tracing. Homecoming this year was a perfect example of students being allowed to be back to normal. They had fun and their engagement was fantastic.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. How about in Ironwood, Mrs. Nigh?
Well, I appreciate you having me too, Alan. We have had a great start to our school year. In fact, the first quarter seems to have just flown by. So it's a very positive start. And I also agree, it's wonderful coming back with less of the COVID issues that we've had in the past. Ironwood has had many successes this year. So far that we've experienced. We are rolling out MTSS, which is a multi-tiered system of supports. And it's a framework that is helping our staff work to improve student academics and student behaviors. We have correlated those behavior matrices with the word RISE. And we are asking our students to represent the word RISE in their behaviors throughout the school year. That stands for respect, integrity, safety, and excellence. And our students are working hard and striving to model these expectations each and every day. And we're also revamping our Student of the Month program to fit this concept as well. We are also experiencing success in our response to intervention program, which is providing more academic support to our students. And that we have seen great improvements. We've reduced our failing grades by half from last year at this time with this new rollout. We've got great successes. We also had a wonderful homecoming. Our volleyball team became District 97 champions and will be playing in the regionals tonight. We also at Ironwood were able to start a new behavior support classroom to provide additional supports for some of our young struggling students, and we're seeing great results. And I think one of the other things that we've really been proud of is we're rolling out our professional learning communities in our school, and our teachers meet an hour a week after or before school to look at classroom data. We're developing common assessments so they can track how their students are doing on all of our power standards. So we've been off to a great start. It's very positive, and I'm excited for the rest of the school year.
Thanks. It sounds like there are a lot of great things going on in both districts, and you and your staff are very busy. So as we take a look at, as we pivot from the successes, and there have been a lot of them, Mr. Gustafson, what challenges have you had in your district this school year? And it doesn't sound like staff vacancies have been a major concern in Wakefield, but have you had to deal with any other challenges as you emerge from the pandemic?
The biggest challenge that we're seeing in our district is the school readiness of many of our youngest students. For a variety of reasons beyond our control, we're seeing that some of these students simply are not ready for school. This can be socially, academically, or a combination of both. This is leading to a need to hire more classroom aides in our district, which is an added expense and can quickly deplete the school fund balance. Again, we're committed to do that when necessary, but it is an added expense. Again, as we said, staffing has not been an issue. We're very fortunate to have veteran staff here. All teachers have returned, and we've been able to fill the positions for classroom aides as well as lunchroom workers relatively easily.
Well, that's great. Yes, school readiness, I know, has been an issue across a lot of districts, not only in our region, but the state, and as we're learning across the nation as well. Mrs. Nigh, how about in Ironwood? You've had a lot of success. Have there been any challenges that your team is working to overcome?
Well, I agree with Mr. Gustafson too with learning loss. Our students coming in just not all of them are ready for school. So we are also adjusting to that situation by hiring more paras to be in our classrooms to help with academics and behaviors. And we actually are still trying to find paras. So we still are looking to hire some of those positions. And as usual, substitute teachers can be challenging to find too. So those positions seem to always be open and available. We were fortunate that we only had to replace two teachers this year, but one was already filled within, and the other one we filled easily. So we were excited that our staff remained pretty much intact. So I think the staffing of our paraprofessionals is our biggest challenge right now. And then for our staff, whenever you have new programs, there are always challenges as you work out the bugs that develop throughout the rollout. So our teachers are adjusting to the PLC process, but it's new and it's an adjustment, but they're definitely embracing it and doing the best job possible. So I would say, those are the biggest challenges. Our kids are wonderful this year. They are being very accepting of our new MTSS framework, and that's definitely helped us a great deal in our district.
That's great to hear. Thank you. One of the hot topics across the nation and in our state has been school security and student mental health. Mr. Gustafson, what has your district been doing to address these important issues?
Well, school security and mental health go hand in hand and are always of utmost important to us at the Wakefield-Marenisco School. In the past couple of years, we've made modifications to our physical building to make it safer. We've installed new doors, new windows, new security camera systems. We've added restricted entry and enhanced door lighting on the exterior of our building. Staff have been trained for how to deal with a variety of emergency situations. We have updated and modified our security plan and worked collaboratively with local police on that task. I have recently applied for state funding to further improve the safety in our building. I am also currently looking into applying for the Michigan State Police security grant. We are fortunate with the physical location of our building to be located basically in the backyard of the Michigan State Police. The state police, as well as the Gogebic County Sheriff's Office, are always here when a need arises, and they arrive very quickly each time. Our students have access this year to a full-time school social worker. The social worker is provided by the GOISD, and she provides a wide variety of services, including classroom lessons, small group work, and one-to-one services. She has been a fantastic addition to our building and to the mental health of our students.
Great, thank you, Mr. Gustafson. Mrs. Nigh, how about in Ironwood? How has your district been addressing school security and student mental health?
Well, we've addressed both of those issues for many years, as we all have. Ironwood does have a good, strong security camera system. We've also recently this year have worked to instruct our students from time to time about the importance of not allowing people into the building as they're coming in. If they're another student, that's one thing, but not to allow adults in, because sometimes kids are just being polite and they open the door, but we don't want that to happen. We want to find out why the adult is here. So we continue to work on our safety plan as well and coordinate with public safety, and they are very helpful to us, and continue to talk to our staff about various safety items. We also have 2 full-time school counselors on staff, and their role is counseling. They are not responsible for other items such as scheduling and career work and things like that. We hired them to help with the mental health issues that our students are having and that have really, really grown since the onset of COVID. So they work with individual students in small groups. They do go into classrooms to talk about social emotional curriculum and other major issues that are affecting and challenging our students. We also have a full-time social worker and 1 part-time social worker that was provided by the GOISD. And this has been a fantastic benefit for our students, because we all know that mental health is a serious issue, not only in our school, but in our community. And one of the major roadblocks to students getting help is that long wait to see a school psychiatrist. It's 12 to 18 months for children to get in. And so we have done, along with the GOISD, as much as we can here to bring these adults into our building to support our students and staff when needed as well.
Thank you very much. It sounds like both districts are working to support students and keep them safe in multiple ways, and with partnering with community agencies and our staff here at the ISD. Really glad to hear that. Great, Mr. Gustafson. As you shared, you've got a lot going on in your district, and I know that as school leaders, we try to engage members of our communities to the extent possible in our schools. What types of opportunities do you have available in your district for community members to become involved?
Now that the COVID restrictions have been lifted for the most part, we again encourage parents and community members to once again be active in our school. We feel that the school is the heart of our community, and we welcome those parents and community members in to share the skills they have. This can include sharing the talent in the classroom, helping out in classrooms as needed, or even chaperoning on field trips. The Athletic Booster Club is also in need of volunteers to work in the concession stand for athletic events. Over the past 2 years, we have invested heavily into our Fab Lab Makerspace program. We are looking to open this program up to the community for evening workshops in the near future. This will allow community members to come in, learn the tools we have, and use those tools to master their trades.
Okay, thank you. Sounds like plenty of opportunities in the Wakefield-Marenisco School District for the community. Mrs. Nigh, how about in the Ironwood area schools? What opportunities are available for community members?
We have a very strong parent-teacher organization. They meet once a month, and they're always recruiting new members for that because the PTO, they do a lot of activities. They run our book fair. They run trunk or treat, and that involves a lot of our community too. And so they are always looking for new members, and any parent with a student in grades K through 12 can simply join that and help out with all the various activities that they do provide for our district. We also have an athletic booster club. And just like Wakefield, we're always looking for new volunteers because there's a lot of work going into the booster club with concessions and all the opportunities they provide to students. So that is also, they meet once a month, and we are always looking for people to join that group as well. And then we also have volunteer opportunities. We have parents that come into the classrooms for just to help out, or to do a special project for a holiday. The trunk or treat, which I mentioned earlier, brings in our community members, various businesses. This year we did a literacy theme, so every table was decorated according to a particular book. We had people dress up, and just many members from our community that we are overflowing our space, and we will need to move it next year into our gym to accommodate everybody. So there are opportunities, and I encourage members from our community to give the school a call and find out how they can best support our district by volunteering.
Great, thank you very much. All right, we're at the final question for our video cast today, and this is one that I like to ask every district that participates in this video cast, and it has to deal with your school's points of pride. Mr. Gustafson, what is Wakefield-Marenisco most proud of?
Wakefield-Marenisco School, for being a small district, has a lot to be proud of. This year, our biggest point of pride has been our effort to partner more with the other entities in our community. Two of the biggest partnerships we have formed this year include working with the Wakefield Public Library, as well as working with Gogebic Community College in a new and exciting way. Students visit the Wakefield Public Library once per month. The library closes its doors to the public on Wednesdays each week to allow for our students to be there on field trips by grade level all day long. During this time, students are taught how to use the library and the services it provides. The library also comes to the school once per month to further their engagement with our students. This program has been very successful and is working out well for the library as well as our students. This year, we've also strengthened our already strong relationship with Gogebic Community College. We've begun a program with our junior high students. The students take monthly trips to Gogebic Community College to learn more about the programs and what the college has to offer. Each month focuses on a different trade or program offered by GCC. We are in our second month of this partnership, and I have heard nothing but favorable feedback regarding it. It is a great way to expose our students to the wide variety of career paths they have available after graduation. I look forward to the continued partnerships with both the Wakefield Public Library as well as Gogebic Community College. We will also continue to leverage community partnerships such as these to expand learning opportunities for our students.
Thank you, Mr. Gustafson. And Mrs. Nigh, what is the biggest point of pride for the Ironwood area schools?
This is one of my favorite items to talk about, and I could probably list several for you, but I won't keep you that long. One of the biggest things we're proud of is the implementation of our MTSS framework and the implementation of our PLC framework, because both of these coincide so great, and they're going to help us continue to strengthen not only our school climate, which we're working hard on, but also student academic achievement, which is a major goal in all schools. Based on the academic achievement that we're striving for, I'm very proud that we also offer this school year 5 different AP courses for our students to take. And we also have another one that we offer every other year as well. But this is just a wonderful course of study for some of our students who need more of a challenge and can take those advanced placement courses. And along with the MTSS that we're building, it's also increasing our overall school spirit. And as we all know, that's really important in a K-12 building too, and it's wonderful to see our students involved. So there are many things I'm very proud of in our district, and very proud to be here and to be a Red Devil.
Well, thank you. And thank you both, Mr. Gustafson and Mrs. Nigh, for joining me today. Keep up the impressive work in your schools. You're both doing fantastic work as educational leaders in our communities, and I appreciate that. There are great things happening in schools across the Western Upper Peninsula, and you can play a role in making sure those good things continue to happen. Your neighborhood school needs your time. School districts are doing everything they can to provide a comprehensive and rigorous education for our students. And if you're able, as a parent, grandparent, community member, or retiree, consider getting involved in your local district, either by applying for a vacant position or by giving your time as a volunteer. You are most definitely needed. Thank you for listening to this episode of GOISD EDUnews. Our next episode will air on Monday, November 28th, and will feature the GOISD's Certified Nursing Assistant program. As we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a quote from Garrison Keillor. "Nothing you do for children is ever wasted." Have a wonderful day, and tune in again